Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be comparing two bags, both from Louis Vuitton. One is the Totally MM and the Neverfull MM. So if you're familiar with Louis Vuitton, you would know that the Totally MM is actually a discontinued item, but you can still find it all over the pre-loved market at very good price points. And of course, the Neverfull MM has been around forever and is a classic piece from Louis Vuitton. But these are very comparable, so I wanted to show you kind of side by side what fits and also talk about what features each offer that the other one might not. That way, if you're making a decision between the two, you're kind of informed on what you're getting into. So again, the Totally is a discontinued piece, but it does come in two sizes. Did it come in a GM? I think it was just two. I think it was just the PM and the MM size, but this is quite a large bag. And just some of the features, it has this zipper top. I currently have mine stuffed. I did buy mine pre-loved on Fashion File for a very good price. And then you have these straps that are a little bit thicker vachetta, which is nice because it's super comfortable and it doesn't slide off your shoulder. You also have two exterior pockets that you can put things in here on the sides. A lot of people actually use this as a diaper bag, and it does kind of give that sort of vibe. There is a newer updated version of the Totally, still discontinued, but instead of having these round sort of rings here, it's more of like a square ring. And I think that was because of the damage that it was doing to the bag of like where they're connected. The other thing to note is because the Totally is a vintage piece, the canvas is so much thicker than with the Neverfull. And you can take that as it is. It's either a plus or a minus, kind of just depends on what you're looking for and your lifestyle. Me personally, the thicker canvas is a little bit of a downside just because of, I don't know, I guess I like that the thinner, newer monogram is a little more malleable, a little more stretchy. The older style like this had more commonly seen cracks in the canvas because it just wasn't as malleable. Now this bag in particular is very, very soft, so I don't think you'd be having that problem. The problems that I do know that these had before they were discontinued was mainly just like this area here ripping from being overstuffed, but not anything that I've experienced. The hardware itself is a little discolored. It started to turn silver, but it's still smooth as butter, which is great. If you're someone that wants to use this for like a travel bag, having the option to secure your bag with a zipper makes a huge difference. So I'm just gonna pull the stuffing out that I have in here. We'll take a look inside. So in here you have a fabric microfiber lining. On one side you have a giant, this is a $2 bill. You have a giant pocket, which is perfect to slide in your phone, your keys, your card holder. And then on this side, you actually have two smaller pocket options and a place to attach your keys. So like a little D-ring here, which is so convenient, especially if you are going to use this as a diaper bag. You can kind of have everything in its place and then just be able to like pull your keys out very easily is so great. So I totally understand why people use this as a diaper bag. Overall, this is a great bag. I love every time I see it, like look how beautiful the canvas still shines even though it's so old. I love it. And the corners have absolutely no wear at all. If you've watched my channel before, you probably saw that I was looking to sell this in my vlog sale. I go back and forth about it all the time. I don't know if I'm actually going to sell it or not. I feel like it's one of those pieces that because it's vintage, first of all, the quality is just really, really nice, but also you always have this fear of like not being able to get your hands on it again. Even though there are quite a lot of these on the market, you can find them for under $1,000 pre-loved in decent condition. This one obviously has a lot of patina going on, but like even the piping on this bag doesn't have any issues at all. It really is in great condition. So that is the Totally MM. Now we're gonna look at the Neverfull MM. Of course, note that mine is missing the two like things on the side. I did buy it that way. I got this off of eBay. The canvas does look a little more dull. That's on me. Like I probably could do some cleaning it up because I knew it was vintage. So the straps, of course, are a little bit thinner. Again, you have these chaps, which just gives it a little more reinforcement for when you're like packing it pretty heavy. You don't have any exterior piping or other vachetta on the bag. It is strictly just this piping at the top and the straps, other than some on the inside. And of course you don't have the zipper. So a Neverfull is essentially just like a black hole. I do have a ton of stuff in here, so I'm gonna pull that out. This is what I mean about how more malleable the canvas is. It's so much thinner and the lining is so much thinner that you can kind of just like do whatever you want with it. And I like that because I feel like you can actually stuff it a lot more than you can the Totally for that reason. I will warn you, this is very dirty on the inside. It was dirty when I bought it. I got it for such a good price, literally less than $500. You have that old interior. This is one of the original Neverfulls. So it has the script writing. And you have vachetta here on the inside as well as here. The thing about this pocket is, if I remember correctly, I think it is peeling. Actually, it's not. I don't know why in my head I thought this was peeling. I just haven't been using it at all. I've left it zipped up and left it alone. So in here you have like the textile lining again. It has the little florets. I used to not love the way this looked. I kind of liked the plain lines, but it's definitely grown on me as I've grown to love the brand even more. You have a D-ring here, just like in the Totally. And again, instead of a zipper, you have like the option to close it like this. It does offer a little more security. If anything, I think it just offers it a little more structure. Obviously, when you buy these, the vachetta handles are not as floppy as they are like this, but I like that about them. I like that you can kind of just keep it closed like that. Size-wise, side by side, you can see the Neverfull's just a little bit wider. Totally is a little bit taller. However, I do feel that you can fit more in the Neverfull just based on the fact that the canvas is so much more malleable. But look at the difference in these canvases. The Totally just has such a beautiful shine to it. So we're just gonna throw in like a couple of random things just to show you how full it looks with those things in here. I don't have all my normal purse contents with me today, just kind of like the bare minimum, but I feel like it'll give you an idea. So let's go ahead and stuff the Totally first. I'm gonna start with like a few books. So we're gonna use this Louis 200 book and the agenda, what is this? Desk agenda. So I'm gonna put my phone in that side pocket that I talked about. I'm gonna throw in this little Louis notebook. This is like an emergency pack of just random things, mainly pens, because I don't like to have pens just rolling around in any of my bags. My little emergency kit of like Band-Aids and hand sanitizer. We have my sunglasses. And then I have currently using my double zip pochette. I've used this literally every single day since I got it. I love it. We're gonna throw in a wallet. This is the business card holder in the empreinte leather, a 4-ring key holder, and my car key. Oh, and my clay is in here. This is what I keep my SD cards in. So this is pretty full. You could still fit a ton more stuff in here. But I put basically everything in the main compartment other than over here I have my wallet, my keys, and my 4-ring key holder, and then my phone is in this big pocket here. But again, there's so much room in here. When you're buying the Neverfull MM on the pre-loved market, if you go to eBay, you're gonna find a deal. But if you're just going to Fashion File because you wanna make sure like guaranteed authenticity, you don't trust Japanese sellers, you're going to be paying probably still around or a little above $1,000 for one basically in this condition. When it comes to the Totally, for one in this condition, you're going to be paying probably $950, I would say. If you're looking for something a little bit higher quality, then you're probably going to be paying over $1,000 as well for this. But I would say roughly this is a cheaper bag of the two on the pre-loved market. So here is what that looks like. Now, let's go ahead and put everything into the Neverfull and look at how much more room you have in here. I mean, I just feel like even on top, all the stuff you could put in here, size-wise, I'm telling you this one wins as far as the amount you can put in it. Overall, you have to take into account all the features that I talked about today with the zipper and the pockets and you know, the thickness of the canvas and all of that to tell you kind of what would work better for your lifestyle. I could see both of them being useful. Even owning both, I feel like is useful. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of these two bags. Do you own one of them or both of them? Do you find that you use both of them? Obviously the Neverfulls, you can still buy these brand new on the Louis Vuitton website. Segue, actually. Many trusted people that work with Louis Vuitton or that are regular high-end customers have been talking about how in 2023 they may be taking all canvas pieces off of the Louis Vuitton website. The market is so oversaturated with monogram, I feel like, and not necessarily in a bad way, but maybe in the eyes of a luxury brand. So like Hermes and Chanel. Hermes has been leading the movement of exclusivity. Chanel has moved that way as well. Chanel has never been a brand that you could go on their website and buy a classic flap. And so that gave them sort of an exclusivity, but even more so nowadays where they have the limits on the amount of pieces you can buy within a short period of time, or needing an essay to offer you something is very Hermes-like. And so Chanel sort of moved into that as well. And I think slowly Louis Vuitton might be trying to do the same thing. I personally don't look at Louis Vuitton as less than Chanel or Hermes. I feel like those three fashion houses specifically are like the leaders of luxury goods. However, especially with canvas pieces, you're talking the lower entry level end of luxury is Louis Vuitton. Hence why so many people love it so much, and why the majority of their income comes from people like us who are just like regular people working to buy these things. All of that said, if you do not have a sales associate, I do recommend trying to find one. If you are looking to buy canvas online, pre-loved market might end up being the way for you, especially if you're not close to a boutique. Even if you are not like someone that's regularly buying, I feel like just trying to get on somebody's radar will help you hopefully order pieces. I know they specifically said you would not be able to order online and you would not be able to call client services to place an order either. So this is all rumored at this point. Louis Vuitton has not confirmed anything. That said, they had been rumored that they were going to limit the amount of pieces you can buy, and that has since taken place. So do with that information what you will. Don't be pressured to buy. Don't be panic buying, of course, but just maybe try to find an essay that you have in a relationship with, or just stick to the pre-loved market. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one, and until next time,